Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Desert Dark. It's once again Casey and myself, Dakota, and we're here on another fantastic evening to just banter about random bullshit. You got anything in mind there, buddy?
Um, you know, damn it. You kind of caught me off guard there. I don't know what to say right this second.
Yeah, it happens.
It
It does
does.
happen.
It does happen a lot. Um, I think working at the gas station is opening my eyes to the public, like truly.
Yeah, detail.
People are on their worst behavior at gas stations.
Oh yeah, I mean
I
it's
don't know
it's like
what it is.
a porta potty at a
Like,
festival. It's fair game.
well,
It's
it's like,
nasty.
man, what's like, man, you come here every day. Like there are people that literally are loyal and dedicated to that specific gas station, not the chain, nothing like that. It is that specific gas station.
Location, location,
And there are
location.
still people that will come in and carve things like fuck you pussy on a brand new like hand towel dispenser for no absolute reason. Like my managers have had to put these fun little elephant stickers on the back of the toilets that say please flush because, adults don't know how to do that. And I'm not really sure why. It's pretty standard stuff.
One
But
would think
but they were on the back of the toilets for maybe a day and just dicks drawn all over them.
that somehow doesn't surprise me. Or the classic, you want to have a good time, call this number, and then just have some random ass number.
You know, that one's actually not in either of the bathrooms.
I feel like it's not as common anymore because that shit is way too easy to trace at this point.
Yeah. That's a no bueno situation for either party.
Eh,
I mean, well, I mean, yeah, either party. That's just you don't
I
know people
mean,
anymore.
one party might
Bro,
be looking to hook up, but then little do you know, the person that put that number on there, it was a number to a serial killer, and you're their next victim.
it's pretty possible. I mean, I see sketchy people in there
In
a lot.
today's day and age, it is very much plausible. I can see it. Some crazy motherfuckers out there and scumbags. And I know I said I wasn't going to get political, but this fucking bullshit with Israel has actually really shown that and the
Oh yeah.
brutality of what humanity can actually provide.
It's all greed, man. That's
Is
literally all it
is
is. But to be
it's
fair,
so
I
much.
actually heard a guy at work. He was going on about like the religious side of it a little bit, which I didn't follow all of it, but apparently like they don't agree because of who they think the rightful son of Joseph is, I think, or something to that extent.
I would have to
And
do a little more research on it.
it basically boils down to each party thinks that they were supposed to inherit some part of the land. Well, inherit the land. It's supposed to be like, like a holy land.
And they can't just share it for some reason.
No, because I mean, that's human nature, you know what I mean? They see
Yeah,
something they
well, I
think
mean,
is
hell,
theirs and
yep, that's like the classic. You got two kids. You got one pushing the little pop mower, and then you got one like, "Oh, I want to be doing that," and then they go and try and take it.
um
And I mean, it's a weird way to look at it, but it makes sense in my fucked up head.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't really I don't think it was the best way we could have put it.
No, there definitely is better ways to put
But
it.
I
I'm
I
just
know
so
you,
fucking
so I
tired right
understand it.
now, so I got that smooth brain going on right now.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I think the whole situation is. fucked, and I hope it gets resolved fast and people make the right choices. Like, fuck. Like, at the end of the day, we all bleed red. We are all human. Whether you believe in the crazy shit or not, the crazy shit, you shouldn't be killing each other over it. It's
No, I
stupid.
mean, it is.
Innocent lives ended over just, no, my belief is right and yours is wrong and shit like that. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Don't need that shit on our team, you know what I mean?
No, we don't.
Everybody should be entitled to believe whatever the fuck they want to believe and respect each other's, you know, beliefs, really.
To an extent. To an extent.
To an extent, yes. I'm not
There's some
saying that
things.
go out and fuck kids because I am deeply opposed to that.
Yeah. I hope pedophiles all just get castrated and hung up upside down to bleed out. No food or water.
I can stand by
I
that.
don't care. The worst way possible they could go out, they deserve. They don't deserve quick and easy. I'm sorry.
Nope. And that's the same thing with some of them clips I was watching with those dickheads, and it's just a shame. This is gonna make me sound sadistic. It's just a shame that they did not suffer longer from the shit that they inflicted on the people that they were hurting before they had their demise. Because to the ones that I've seen, it was over in about 5 or 6 seconds. It was enough that it was satisfying. It's just like, that's right, you fucking prick, you deserve it. But, anyways, let's switch to a brighter topic.
Yeah, I'll say, man, we
We got kind of dark.
kind of got angry there for a
I know
second.
this is Dad's at dark and shit, but damn.
Yeah, we're dads at dark, not Five Finger Death Punch.
No, no, definitely not.
To be clear though, I still like old Five Finger Death Punch.
Uh, I don't hate it. I just don't like it. They all like one song, yeah, sounds good, but then the rest sound exactly like that same song, and I was just like, I don't like this. It's like the I guess it would be the instrumental. Like the lyrics obviously are different, but the instrumental sounds way too similar. Like each song is just like they're not doing much different. It's just kind of repeated shit, and I'm not into it. It's weird because I'm autistic and I'm generally into repetition, but I don't know.
Um,
I don't really know how to describe it other than that. Like, I don't have any hate for the band. I just, whenever they come on, I switch it to the next song because I just, doesn't really do anything for me. That's
yeah,
really the best way to put it. It doesn't do anything for me.
well, I understand where you're coming from with it. It's you, yeah, like you can't view that person in the same way anymore.
Yeah.
Like whether they're making great music or not, it's like, man, I know what you did, and it's
I mean, I don't really follow all of that shit. I am not entirely sure what he did. I know there was a little bit of fuck shit that happened amongst the band, but aside from that, I just the artistry, I couldn't get through it. It was too bland, I guess.
I can agree with that. I find them pretty bland myself, but at
Five
least they're
finger fruit punch and some sugar and spice. Fuck.
like I said, I can't. Their first two albums, I think, were great. The third one, I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few
And
bands that I'm like that with.
past that, it's like for like the rest of their albums up until like their last two or three, maybe. I'm actually not even sure how many they've put out since I quit listening like that. But I would like listen to the whole album and maybe pick out one or two songs from each album. And the rest of it, I'm just like, I can skip this every time.
Yeah, Yeah, I've had a few albums recently that are kind of like that. Uh Not so much in like the heavier side because this year has been amazing for deathcore. There have been so many great albums put out. As far as rock goes, there's been a few decent albums been put out.
Well, I mean, okay. Define what you think. What define rock?
All right. I would say like bands like 3 Days Grace and shit like that. Like
Yeah,
Five
yeah.
Fingers, they're definitely rock. I don't know why anybody would ever consider that metal. Like, not even close.
Uh,
Like, yeah,
well,
he's
I mean,
angry yelling
okay.
and shit, but eh.
Listen, listen. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, then how can we call bands like Hatebreed not metal?
I never really considered that metal to be honest.
I mean, it's a form of metal. I mean, Metallica is metal.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, they got. I mean, I'm talking like the instrumentals and shit too. Definitely play a factor. Five Fingers instrumentals, to my knowledge, they kind of always sounded the same. Hatebreed, ah, I've heard a handful of songs. I was never really a big fan.
Same, but it was the first like comparison I could make
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
that I could
So,
think
to,
of.
they reminded me more of like an angry Nirvana. Kind of fucking weird to say.
No,
No, you don't think so?
no, I don't personally see that one, but I mean, I guess there are some comparisons to be made there, obviously, but I don't
I
know,
mean,
man.
everybody has
I don't.
inspiration from everybody. Like, it's just how that shit works, and it's evolution, literally music evolution. You listen to what other people are doing, and then you take that amongst everything else that you're taking in, merge it, and make it your own, essentially. And that's why we have all these different genres fucking popping out of nowhere. And it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, how did anybody ever think to put these two together? And then it makes this, it's like, this shit actually sounds good. And then it just goes from there, you know?
Yeah,
It's lovely. I fucking love it. I don't. I'm not a musician by any standard, but I definitely love music.
yeah, same. I wish I would have taken up like an instrument or something when I
I
was
mean, it's
younger,
never
but
too late. Like, it's never too late to learn if you got the will and the mindset to do it. I don't think that it's impossible. I very much think that you could get it done. And I'm not saying that, oh, you're going to be the greatest, but you'd be adequate and at least have fun with what you're doing, you know?
yeah, I mean, and I mean, I tried a few years ago. Whenever I had that Rocksmith game,
Ah, I remember those days.
which I still have the chord, so I guess I could just get the game.
You do have your
But at the
guitar
same
too.
time, I also feel like getting Clone Hero would be a much better time.
I don't even know what that is.
Have you not? It's basically Guitar Hero with any song you could think of,
Oh,
like literally.
I think I've seen something about that, but I didn't actually really read into it.
I see people live streaming it all the time.
Well, I'd imagine it probably is pretty popular. I mean, shit, can you
Uh,
imagine
there's
like
Slaughter on
fucking
there.
like 13 years ago or so
Yeah,
when the game first came out if they had something like that? I mean, let alone streaming being a thing because
say we did not have
it
the
was
technology then. Not in
no,
the PS2 era.
nope.
It'll be interesting to toy around with because I do plan on getting it eventually. Because it's I mean it's cheap to get everything too. I think you just basically need like a Wii controller, like Guitar Hero controller.
Oh, okay. You don't have
I
those
believe
anymore either, do you? You got rid of them, sure.
I
So
never had. Well, no, I didn't. Mine weren't for Wii. My Guitar Hero controllers. They were
how was
PS3.
yeah, that's right. I remember now because
Um,
I had them
I
for a
had
little
Rock
bit.
Band. I had Rock Band.
Did you hear my cat?
Surprised you don't hear mine.
Oh, that might have been yours that I just heard. I don't know. I could have swore I have a miracle behind my back right now, sitting on top of my chair, like by my shoulder blades, and she's in heat right now, so she's making all kinds of weird, funky noises. And I could have swore I just heard her scream for a second. I don't think she did though. She's just going like, and then yeah,
You
you
know the
are.
joke's there, and we have to make it.
What?
We all had a principal that would have.
As soon as I said what, I immediately thought of that.
I knew you would. Fuck that guy.
He was never a dick to me. He was just weird.
No, he was a dickhead.
You know, fucking weird dickhead.
Sure, anybody that we went to high school with that listens to this is gonna be like, "Yep." I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna agree with one of us.
I
There's
mean,
no
yeah,
way.
I mean, it's yeah, God would like I was saying, it's he wasn't a dick to me, but that's also each person. Like he's either gonna be nice to you or whatever. I don't really know. There's an array of things he could be. He could be a fucking he could be condescending, he could be just sarcastic, twat, mostly a twat.
Yeah, he was a pretty big twat.
I remember the stories. All I'm
Made that.
going to say
I
is
forced him to take a
one
picture with me at
thing.
graduation too, and he did not want any part of it.
Did you get him to sign it? Meow.
I should have.
How fucking funny that would have been.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. I still can't believe who was it that did that? I think it was America. Can't remember her last name, but you remember her?
Yeah. Yeah.
She brought the civics teacher the jar of Skippy peanut butter for Christmas.
Was it wrapped up?
Yes, he opened it.
Oh my god,
He
that's
opened it,
beautiful. That
and I
is
mean,
fucking beautiful.
dude, he immediate red in the face. That dude, I've never
Did
seen
he
him more mad.
did he do it?
I'm not honestly sure.
I always thought it was a rumor. I wasn't under like I genuinely wasn't sure if he had or not. But I mean, if he reacted like that, shit, fuck, you're just giving yourself away, dude.
Yeah, at that point.
As my
But
dog
I
shakes
mean,
in the
I
background.
guess I guess in hindsight too, though, he could have been just fed up with it. I mean, I'm sure he's heard that for, you know,
Probably a few years, honestly.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's taught for a while.
I have no idea how long he had been there up until we started. Oh shit. Give me one
He
second. I'm gonna
really
go grab
wasn't
a
like that
beer.
old or anything.
No, he was like what, fucking maybe 35, 36, if that. I think he was all that old. Didn't have white hairs and shit.
He had a little bit of gray hair, I thought. Maybe not a whole bunch, but I thought at least a little bit.
Well, give me one second, buddy. I'm gonna grab a beer. Make a poll about it, eh? Oh,
Did
what
he
about
do it?
I miss what the poll idea was. Apparently, I don't have my headset on.
The whole idea about if what's his nuts actually did it with the peanut butter.
I back it. I never even had him as a teacher, but I
I
back
did.
it.
He was kind of weird.
That's what I always heard. I was thankful that I was in the I guess you could say the window lickers classes for the most part, and I'm thankful for that.
What was
It was something. Anyways,
It's always something. But
yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
Shout out
I
to
ain't
that
trying to sound
shout out to
racist or
that
anything.
math
I'm just,
teacher for being
oh,
awesome.
yeah, dude, 100%.
Knowing we should not have been in that class, but just like, you know what?
Pretty certain I did see her in the store like a few months ago too, but I didn't say anything because I was like, I don't want to be weird. I don't know if it's you or not. It's been so many years.
One of the counselors, I can't remember which school she was a counselor in, but she was like a taller, short, blonde cut lady. Like she had blonde hair and a shorter haircut.
Fuck, I have no idea. Honestly, I would really have to sit down and think to try and remember teachers' names in the high school. I only remember the ones that were good to me, and the ones that didn't really stand out. I didn't really care enough to remember their name. That's kind of fucked up, but that's what happened. Votech, I tell you names of pretty much anybody in there if you want.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
Votech was definitely my favorite part of high school.
Oh yeah. I mean, and shout out to Votech for making sure that I graduated.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Dude, I didn't do shit in high school.
I remember. Coyote.
Coyotes were this old Genix class.
Yeah, honestly, that class was fun as hell too. How we did so much fucking off in that class,
Yeah, we really did.
and a lot of the times it was involving sciencey experiments. I think that's why I like that class so much.
Dude, there's so much stuff I got away with. Though too, like, do you remember the English teacher saw me throw that Mike kid in the mud because he wouldn't shut up? And she was just kind of like, I didn't see anything.
And then he's looking at her, and she's just like, "See, it's because nobody likes you."
I mean, she wouldn't have been wrong. That
Nope.
kid was a real douchebag for no reason.
Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely is. Is what I don't fucking know if he is now.
I don't either. I don't need to
Probably.
know. I don't want to know.
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot
I
could
uh
happen in ten
I did
plus
not
years.
I did not attend our 10-year class reunion for a reason.
I didn't attend it either. Not because I didn't want to, but because I forgot. Due to it wasn't that significant. Significant? Yes!
I
Yes,
mean,
words. Words, they're very hard.
words can be hard. I didn't feel like I don't know. I don't see the point in them. Like if I wanted to keep up with you, or if you wanted to keep up with me, like there's the internet nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't need to meet up every couple years to pretend like I give a shit about people that I didn't talk to in my life.
I do have to admit, as I'm getting older, I find myself less interested in paying attention to whenever my phone goes off or something for whatever notification. Like, it does not fucking matter. It just kind of like, I'll get to it then. I'm not worried about it right now. Yeah, whereas 5 years ago, I would have had that bitch like unlocked before the notification ping went off. I'm like, who's trying to talk to me?
I've heard somewhere that every 7 years your personality changes.
Heard that same thing, as well as all of the skin cells on your body are not the same as they were 7 years ago. They have all fallen off, and you have new skin cells. It takes 7 years to shed your skin. I don't know why I put a fucking pause there, but whatever. I'm putting the quotations on it, I guess. But yeah, I heard that, and which honestly is kind of cool because that means any bitch that I touched 7 years ago, as long as you don't give me a disease, it don't matter. And to my knowledge, I ain't got none of that shit. I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants an itchy pecker.
No, they do not. Bad enough having an itchy butthole.
I think you should just use soap and water, bud.
I think preparation H.
Preparation H does feel good on the whole. Make Austin Powers funny again.
Right. Fuck you. We'll call it preparation H. Why don't you call it preparation ass cream? Or no, I'll have some chocolate
Yeah.
ass cream. That's what it was. Holy fuck, it's been so long since I've watched that movie. It's such a good
Same.
one. They're so good.
Some of
It's the
Mike
same with like
Myers' finest work, dude.
fucking Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. I have been wanting to watch that again for some reason. Just I don't know why. There's something about the comedy in that movie that I really love.
You mean to tell me we're smoking dog shit?
Yeah, man, this little motherfucker ate my stash. I had to chase him around the yard for 3 days with a plastic baggie.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I loved it. And then you see all these memes where like I see there was somebody in the crowd holding up a sign that says "Your music saved my life," and it's a picture of fucking Cheech in the tutu with the guitar and the mouse ears on and shit.
My mama talking to me, tried to tell me how to live.
Yeah.
uh, Me and my cousin Nick watched that movie so many times when we were kids.
I did too. My dad had that on all the time, and it's just like, oh, okay, lord ass, hard hat, lord ass, fucking. Oh, and then he yells out through the fucking zipper on the van. They had that van. It was like a laundry van or
Don't
some
remember
shit.
that part.
It was a laundry van or something like that, and they had a pair of pants. But the zipper on the pants was an actual zipper where they could undo it and then open up the flap. And he unzips that and then yells out through the pants whatever the fucking code word was. Oh, I can't remember what the hell the code word was. It might have been. It might have been hard hat. I
It
think
might
it
have been.
was. I am pretty certain it was because it was. They ended up getting the comms and got that shit mixed up. Yeah, it's good times.
I think my favorite one was actually Nice Dreams, though. That one had Pee Wee Herman in it.
Passed away this year, didn't he?
Yeah, it was this year.
Thought so. Pretty sure I've seen about that. The only, the only thing
I
that came
actually,
to mind, I hate to say this, was I meant to do that, and you know exactly why.
there
I
were so many
played the
memes.
shit out of that fucking clip. Yeah, there really was a lot of memes too.
Well, like my most favorite one, and it's terrible, was like they're like instead of pouring one out for Pee Wee, we rubbing one out at the movie theater. Assemble shit like that. I'm like, fuck in the hell, dude. Imagine never living that down.
I don't know why I just fucking jumped. Who let Spider Man in the house? Fucking. Why are there cobwebs all over the theater seat? Oh, that's not cobwebs. Is it? Ew!
Sticky buddy.
Literally. 007.
Even if it's a quickie, wrap that sticky.
I really hope that the weird sounds that the dog is doing in the background aren't coming through.
If they are, I'll silence them and I'll probably laugh my ass off while we're editing.
Because I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's in the back just like, like, what the fuck are you doing?
She's being
Get
a
some
dog.
water!
That would make too much sense, dude, for, dog logic.
Yeah, right? It's okay. She'll figure it out eventually, like, oh hey, I'm thirsty.
Yeah. And if she doesn't, then I'm sorry, buddy, but she's a dumb dog.
I mean, she definitely can be. And then there are
They all
days
can
where
be.
she is too smart for her own good.
Also sounds like a normal dog.
Yep. Yep. 100%. It's just like, oh, you're not paying attention. I'm just going to go ahead and get this cat turd real quick and just. And then you wonder why they have shit breath when they kiss you.
Yep.
It's like, oh,
And
it's just like, oh, ew, I got litter on my face. Like, look at her face, like, that's fucking foul. I'm not saying that that has personally happened to me, but I'm not saying that that hasn't happened to somebody because I bet it has.
I'm sure it has. I don't think there's too much in this world that's left unturned, to be honest. Like whether it's known to the public or not, I'm sure most things have happened already.
All right. But anyways, this is going to conclude another evening, Dad's at Dark. Apologize for getting a little bit political. I may or may not be a little bit biased towards this, but to each their own. You're allowed to have your opinion. Don't hate. I just want everybody to love each other at the end of the day, but unfortunately, the world we live in is not going to happen anytime soon unless we come together. Regardless, this has been yet another fantastic evening with us fellas at Dad's at Dark. You have your hosts, Casey and myself, Dakota, bidding you farewell. And until the next time, tell your friends, tell your dad, tell your mom, spread the word. We're just out here trying to make people laugh. And if that's what we can do, I say at the end of the day, that's a win in my book.